So, do you remember the little mini pizza pepperonis that we bought at the superstore last week? Well, we're going to make pepperoni pizza pull-aparts with those biscuits that we got at Walmart. I want to see if this will work. So, I've been finding just a couple of new recipes and new easy things to try. So we're going to have lunch. We're going to make the pull-aparts. I've kind of got myself in a tight spot because I've got things everywhere right now. Go figure, it's my kitchen. So first things first, according to the page that I was watching, we need to cut all of these biscuits into 9 pieces. So let's start there. Ta-da! Oops, we missed a couple. There we go. All right. Can I cut these into 9? Let's find out. Oh yeah. So 9 little pieces. All right, let me cut all these up and pop them in the bowl. There's all our biscuit pieces. Now we need some cheese. Now we need the pepperoni. I have that handy. We'll do pepperoni first. I'm not going to put it all in there, probably about half. Now if you don't have the little mini pieces like this, if you got the pepperoni sticks and you have the patience, you could probably just cut it up. Or if you got the bigger pieces, cut them in 4. There we go. There we go. Now it's time for the cheese. Okay. Cheese in the bowl. Now the hard part is mixing it all up so that's kind of mixed together because the biscuits are sticky. I want to get some cheese on all these pieces of biscuits. There we go. Now, what I did, guys, is I just have my square baking dish, but you know I'm going to use my parchment more than once. This paper I just cooked some biscuits on. There's no oil, nothing like that. And I'm going to put all of this in here. And we'll spread it out. And then we're going to bake it. Let's get some of this pepperoni spread around. There we go. Yeah, I admit this is kind of like a cheater meal, but why not? It's not even really a cheater meal. We're having it for lunch. So, there we go. I think we got it. So, this is going to go into the oven at 400. Now, my oven, of course, is a little cooler, so I've got mine set for 410, which is the same directions that's on the biscuits. We'll show you what it's like when it's done. Okay, pizza pull-aparts are done. Freddie's coming to do the taste test. Hi, Freddie. Alrighty. I'll let you pull it apart. I'm one-handed, Fred. Go ahead and pull a couple of pieces out and see if you can get it to... Oh, actually that comes apart pretty easy. Woohoo! Give it a try, Fred.
What? Anywhere?
Yeah. Oh, how about on this end? That's where I already pulled it. Oh, that nice and cheesy.
That is hot.
Oh, sorry. How about just a smaller piece? There you go.
Where it's even hotter.
Alrighty, Fred.
Holy.
Taste test time. I didn't heat the sauce up too much, so. A little warm, I know. So good?
Mm-hmm.
So this was a good Let's try something new. Perfect. Yay.
Nice snack.
It's officially Freddy approved. We are continuing on with trying something new. Yes, I know. I'm wearing a Christmas shirt. It's not very often that Freddy buys me presents, and this was actually a Christmas present, that are comfy. And yeah, I wear them off and on all year. I just don't think I've ever showed you, except for when we made a Christmas video last year. Anyway, let's get back to the point. We're trying, like I said, something new this week, and one of them is coffee creamer. This, I vowed, is the last one. Now, I know this is a Starbucks one, but I bought it because it actually doesn't have things in here that, you know, you can't read. Except the thing that I don't like is that it has palm oil in it. Now, I'm assuming that's probably some sort of emulsifier. I mean, who knows? But I thought, I want to try making some. So I've been looking, I've been searching recipes, and there's been good feedback, bad feedback, but I'm going to give it a try. I found one at All Recipes, which is a vanilla one, using mostly powdered milk, which, hey, you guys all know I have. So let's collect our ingredients and let's make some creamer, because it is very early in the morning. Yeah, I'm still on days, and I want a coffee. Yeah, I admit, I used the last of the Starbucks for one coffee, but I'm not quite there yet. Okay, let's make some creamer. So now the measuring cup, it says, in the recipe, it's actually a full cup of powdered milk. We're only going to do half a recipe. I'm going to put a half a cup of powdered milk because I don't know if I'm going to like it. If I don't like it, I'll still use it. It's not going to go to waste. But, you know. So a half a cup of powdered milk. And the recipe calls for 2/3 of a cup of sugar in the full recipe. That might be too much sugar for me. So I'm going to put 1/3 instead of half of the 2/3. Does that make sense? So a third a cup of sugar instead of a third plus half of a third. What is half of a third? A sixth. What, 2 tablespoons? I don't know. Okay, I went and did the math. It's 2.5 tablespoons. Half of a third of a cup. I was almost there. So once the water boils, we'll add 2.5 tablespoons of hot water, but we have to get the immersion blender again. Okay. 2.5 tablespoons of nice hot water. And it calls for a whole tablespoon of vanilla, so we'll only do half a tablespoon, of course. There we go. It's time to blend this up. We'll move the kettle and plug this guy in. It says do this in a blender, but I'm, like I said, using the immersion blender because I find it easier. Now we actually have to add a little bit of milk. Okay. Now 1/3 of a cup of milk. Let's keep blending it up. Not all the sugar is dissolved yet, but that's okay. Coffee's almost ready. We have coffee. Grab a spoon. All right. Now I'm not exactly sure how much of this I'm actually going to use. So I'm just going to use my little spatula here and put some in. We'll see how it comes out. I don't put a lot of creamer in my coffee. Ooh. Wow. Looks good. All right. Taste test time. That's pretty good. Okay. Putting less sugar in does seem like it was the way to go. I think if we had used the exact half recipe, it might have been too sweet for me. Like, I don't put that much in, and this is really quite nice. I like this. I think we found a keeper. Neat. Now, I'm going to bet if you're not a vanilla fan, you wouldn't put vanilla in it. Maybe I'll make some next time with cinnamon, because that old Starbucks stuff, that bottle I just finished, was actually a cinnamon flavor. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon. Oh, cocoa. Wow. Or hazelnut. Can you get hazelnut extract? I'm not a huge fan of hazelnut coffee, but I bet you could. I'm gonna drink my coffee and get this day going. 2 new things in the books. So to continue this theme of trying things new. Yeah, I know, sausages aren't new. But sausage gravy and biscuits, for me, is new. I've eaten it. I think everybody's eaten it. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Probably not everybody. I had some really good biscuits and gravy when some friends and I drove south to Florida way back in the day. And my one friend fell right in love with biscuits and gravy. So now I'm thinking, what happens and how do you make it? So I looked up a few recipes, and I was amazed with how easy it actually was. So I'm going to try making a little bit of biscuits and gravy. Now I only have half of my sausages in here. The other half is actually for dinner tomorrow, but because we're having breakfast for dinner tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to cook up the sausage, and then we'll go from there. Now, I didn't follow an actual recipe for this one. I just went all over the place and found recipes. And they all had butter added and the flour to make a roux. So let's melt the butter. Open up the flour. And we'll add a teaspoon of flour. Not a lot. I don't know how thick it's supposed to be. I've had thick ones and thin ones, so I don't know. Alright, a little bit of flour. We'll add the milk. I found one that actually had coffee in it. Some pepper. I'm going to put some pepper and salt in mine because my sausages are those apple sausages. So there's actually very, very little salt and pepper seasoning in them. I don't think I broke up my sausage enough either. That's okay. It's very milky flavored. These are probably not the right sausages to use, but hot sauce. Just a tiny bit. It's really, really, really rich, so maybe that'll kind of tone it back a little bit. All right, don't yell at me. These are cheater biscuits, okay? Because we know I can't make biscuits. My first biscuits and gravy. And to be honest with you, wrong sausage, but wonder if I can get Jimmy Dean sausage. I haven't had that stuff in a long time. We're gonna have to try this again. But to be honest, it tasted pretty good. So the hot sauce, the Tabasco, definitely turned down my apple sausages. I think they were the wrong sausages to use. 3 new things down in the books. I'm gonna go have breakfast. It's way early today. I'm gonna go eat. It is Let's Cook with Rotel for the first time. So we're making chili mac. So we've got the macaroni, the rotel, the tomato sauce, the taco seasoning, and the ground beef is in the fridge. So I did a bunch of digging trying to find one of these rotel, chili mac, or taco mac hamburger helper knockoff recipes. I did not use Velveeta shells and cheese or Velveeta because, well, one, I've never had it, so I'm not sure if the tummy will like it, because my tummy really doesn't like craft dinner very much either. So not too sure. But I did find one recipe that needs shredded cheddar. And of course, I've got lots of cheese. So let's get the big frying pan out. Let's try another new. So the recipe that I found uses only 8 ounces of tomato sauce. And that's only about a cup. So I'm going to measure out a cup of this. So this is how it works from here. So the recipe is pretty easy. It is the 1 pound of ground beef. And normally I don't cook with a whole pound of ground beef. Usually it's a half a pound, but we're going to follow the recipe. So we have 1 cup of broth, in this case, cheetah broth. 1 can of rotel. 1 package of taco seasoning. Now I was going to use my homemade stuff, but I've decided I'm just going to use the package this time. There we go. 1 cup of tomato sauce, basically 6 ounces, and 1.5 cups of macaroni. Give this all a good stir together. There we go. Now, I do not have a lid that fits on this frying pan, so don't laugh. You ready? Sheet pan lid it is. All right, this has got to cook on minimum for about 15 to 18 minutes till the pasta's cooked. We will be back. Time to add the cheese.
Oh, I don't know if you can handle that.
Want the cheese? So the only difference between this recipe and the other recipes I found is this one uses real cheese and the other ones use rotel. The finished product doesn't look too bad though. How's that look, dear? Well, I kind of screwed up and I forgot to put the milk in when I first started cooking it all. And I couldn't figure out why it was so dry. And I thought I was missing a cup of water, but it turned out I was missing a cup of milk, so I just mixed up some milk fast.
Where's this Indian stuff that you made once?
This color?
Similar.
We've done butter chicken, it's about this color, and we've done...
That must be it.
There was another one.
The sauce for the butter chicken.
Yeah, the sauce for the butter chicken's that yellowy, tomatoey.
Oh, I'm fixing the brown.
Alright,
They can do it right brown.
taste test time. Alright, you won't have a problem with that regular rotel ever. It's got nice flavor, but doesn't have the heat. Alright, dinner is done. Okay, now we gotta find out if this is gonna be Freddy approved. I've tasted it. It's not spicy, so he should be good. Taste test time. Reminds me of Hamburger Helper.
But it's almost like there's beans.
Really? Oh. There's no beans in there.
Deep brown beans.
Well, Freddy approved. Another new meal in the books. I tried new things. And I have to admit, they came out really, really well. I was thoroughly impressed. Now, the sausage and gravy, I just used what I had. So like I was saying, Jimmy Dean sausage, that's where I've seen everywhere when I was just looking up random recipes. And the Jimmy Dean sausage seems to be the one I should probably try and find. That's okay. But I have used all the creamer already, so I'm actually going to try and make some more. I think I'll make a bigger batch. Maybe I'll put some cinnamon in it. I'll let you know how that comes out, okay? But yeah, we tried a few new things just to see how it would come out. The pizza pull-apart, I guess it was almost like a loaf. That originally came from another YouTuber where they did it in little cupcake size shapes. So I just wanted to play and see how it would come out. But anyway, guys, have anything new that you can use some good pantry staples on that I can try? Let me know, okay? We'll try some more new stuff. But once again, thanks so much for coming out. Thanks so much for taking part. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and continue on with us as we do our simpler life here on PEI. Bye for now.